Dempsey, what's your New Year's resolution for this year?
More tedious toxic relationships. Katie, what you got?
I have given myself a moratorium on buying new games until I play at least 3 games I already have in my library.
It's not really a resolution.
Yeah, it is. I'm resolving not to buy more games when this is the second to last day of the Steam sale.
Okay.
That's fair.
Go ahead,
I
Seth.
am going to try and hit a chess elo of 1,500 this year.
Nerd. What is that?
It's like your rating. Your ranking.
Does that mean you have to play
RuneScape?
actual other
Oh, I
people
said
at chess, right?
Oh, in chess.
No, like online. Well,
Oh.
so yes, functionally, but
Yeah.
Hi,
I thought
everybody.
that was a RuneScape
I
thing.
will pretend to be good at chess and then not be good at chess. That's something I did last night.
No, I want to be good at chess.
Yeah. No, that's good. I will pretend I am and then not be good at chess. Okay, anyways, sorry.
I was in
I asked for a
chess
chess
club
book
in
for
high
Christmas.
school.
That's good. You were in chess club?
Yes, I was.
Cool.
Were you any good?
No.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Overthinking Games, a podcast about what games can teach us. My name is Seth. Hi. I'm joined by Dempsey.
Hi, my name is Dempsey Dapley. I work in marketing. I do most of the technical stuff for the show, and I'm excited to count down my favorite video games of this year. And
Katie,
Katie?
I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, again, my name is Seth. I'm currently a secondary education teacher, although I think I'm looking for a new job this year. I teach earth and environmental science, and I like roguelites and indie games. And I have a sort of, I think, mildly controversial, but probably not, list of my favorite games of the year. Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie. I am a special education teacher and I teach middle school English. And I'm super excited to talk about my top 5 games, which I think might also be at least somewhat coinciding with Dempsey's top games. We shall see.
Probably.
Interesting. Now, before we move on, because usually we would go straight into what we've been playing this week, we are going to be switching up the order that we do things around here for the new year, new us, as the kids say. So, Katie, where can you find us these days?
You can find us at Overthinking Games Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you find your podcasts. And we're also on TikTok, where Dempsey makes great TikToks and has been doing a really cool series on video game soundtracks and vinyl, which you should go check out. And you can send us an email. We would love to hear from you. The email is always in our show notes every episode. And we usually have some kind of a thought-provoking question for you, with which you could answer.
Stay tuned to the end of the episode to figure out what it is.
Yeah, also we're on Blue Sky. So you can see me tweet my video game anxieties every once in a while.
Presumably also in the show notes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We'll start doing that now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, also today is January 1st, 2024. We need to start saying the dates. 25. Yeah, you're right. It's 25. We need to start dating the dates because I'm worried that people think I'm a fraud for liking Astrobot after it came out, but it was actually before it came out. But the episode came out afterwards, after the game. Anyways, the point is, we're going to start saying the dates because sometimes we will record an episode and it doesn't come out for 6 months. So today is
And that gives
January.
Dempsey
Time is a
anxiety.
construct.
Yeah, and that gives me anxiety. So January 1st, 2025 is the record date today.
Happy
That's
New
why it's New
Year.
Year, new us.
Yep.
I had a party. Nobody showed up. It was really exciting.
Tragic.
It's good.
So it goes. It's what your mid-20s is for, right?
I wouldn't know. They're long gone for me.
That's true. Anyway, on the books for today, today's podcast episode is our year in review, our favorite games of the year, our least favorite games of the year. Unlike everybody else, this is just the games we played this year. This is not necessarily games that came out in 2024 because that's not our style. I think we decided we're doing this round robin, right? We're gonna go.
Yes.
We're gonna go one for one. And do you guys have your games in a particular order, or you're like these are just like in my 5?
I do have them in a particular order.
I do not.
I do not either.
Okay.
So Katie, you'll have to be. You'll work your way up, and then Dempsey and I will
It's
just be
grand.
rock and rolling there.
I wish that I wish I'd realized, because I agonized. I was like, did I like this one better or this one? I don't, it's so hard to know.
I will also, one last mention, we do have a potential surprise coming up for the new year. Stay tuned. We got some exciting things coming. We'll leave it at a cliffhanger on that.
Okay.
Anyway. But before we get to any of that, what have we been playing this week? Or I guess the last couple weeks. It's been Christmas time.
It's been Christmas. I'll go first. I've been playing. So I took my VR to my mom's house and let my mom play VR. She got motion sick, did not like it. My little sisters, though, who are 17, loved it. So they play Job Simulator and The Last Clockwinder. I have, for most of Christmas, actually not had that much time to play video games until these last 2 days. Yesterday, I pretty much just played video games all day, and then, I woke up at like noon, and then played video games, and then went out to party with friends, and then today I was hungover and played video games. And I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I think I'm about halfway through, maybe, like, judging on the map size. It is a very satisfying, very good game. It is kind of overwhelmingly big. And the thing is, like slot machines, they're addicting because you can win sometimes, but you don't win every time. Like if you won every time, they wouldn't be as psychologically addicting. It's like those dogs.
Reinforcement schemes, yeah.
Yeah. It's like those dogs that you only abuse sometimes and you love them the other times, and they love you more than the dogs you always love. So that's how I feel about Ghost of Tsushima, is that the side quests are really inconsistent in quality. Sometimes they'll be really good and sometimes they'll suck. But it means that every time you do a good side quest, you end up doing like 5 more because you want the rush of getting a good one again. So I think they could have cut some of the side content, but like they're also some really good and like well written and interesting and have things to say about like nobility and class, and I think it's so anyway, so that's what Ghost of Tsushima has been. At first I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do the main story. I do not have to spend like the hundreds of hours on the side quest things. But then every once in a while you'll get a good one. You're like, oh, but what if this next one's a good one? So
the completionist in your soul said, no, I will play them all.
No.
I don't even like 100%ing video games. The only video game I've ever 100% is God of War Ragnarok. Anyway, so yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, the combat gets more interesting, and it does this really elegant thing, I feel, where it rewards you for high level play and makes encounters go a lot faster if you're good at them. So like if you can not be hit, if you can kill like 5 people and not be hit in a row, you can kind of go into a rage and kill 3 people without any challenge. And like it really rewards like high level play. So like it keeps it from feeling too tedious. Because if it is too easy for you, you have all these tools to get past it really fast. But if it's challenging for you, then it doesn't take away the challenge for bits that actually are supposed to feel like they take some effort. So that, which I think is a really fantastic way to manage that, because like you'll have random encounters and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. But now it's like, okay, there's 6 of them. I'm going to kill 3 of them, and then the other 3 are going to be a freebie. So I might as well do it. So that's been, I've been liking, there's a lot of, it's so beautiful how they frame the camera and the landscape for the cutscenes. Like it's really, it's like incredible. I wonder how much effort or cheating that took, because it's not just like blocking like a house or 2 characters. It's like, also, these hills are going to line up, and like the sky's going to look like this, and you're going to have a boat on fire in the background of a certain shot. And like, it just feels like it, but like all that geography is real. Where like in a movie, you'll get those shots, but like they'll cheat the geography to make things look better. But like this, just the whole game is set up to be as picturesque and beautiful constantly as possible. It's incredible. I love it so much.
What do you mean when you say they cheat the geography? What does that mean?
In a movie? So in a movie, like you'll have like 5 locations that all sell for one location, and they'll just take the best parts of each location and kind of stitch them together to be one location. Yeah. So
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So they'll kind of cheat, like, or they'll do a lot of things to get, or like they'll literally like cheat the camera and like move an actor when they're talking one time and move them a different way when they're talking from a different angle or things like that.
Or like only the foreground is real and like all the background is like CGI or something.
Yeah, 100%. But like, and I understand Ghost of Tsushima is a video game and it's fake, but the geography is actually there. And so how it's framed.
Because it's open world.
Yeah, and like how it's framed, like when you go into the cutscenes, you can like it's all like you can actually go to those places. And so I just feel like there was so much care into how the background and landscape looks and it's always beautiful. Like it's so impressive, like constantly incredible vistas, incredible framing. Your new abilities also like they go into like black and white and like the frame rate kind of slows down. And so it looks a little bit more like old school Japanese films when you're doing like the special powers and things like that. So I really love this game a lot. Did not make my top 5, but Katie, what have you been playing?
Year. I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3. Actually, I got it for Christmas. My husband gave it to me for the PlayStation 5, and I've tried to play it. Oh my gosh, this has to be probably my 5th time starting and playing the first act again because I started on my Steam Deck ages ago. And I kind of fell off because I knew that I was going to run into performance issues in the later game. And I just didn't want to get into like invest all of this time and then not have a good experience with the last act. So I'd kind of put it on the back burner. And so now I have it on the PlayStation and it looks beautiful. I can't believe like all of the hair, all of like the animal's fur, all of the textures. It just looks stunning. It's so much better than it was on the Steam Deck, even though like I love my Steam Deck and I feel a little bit disloyal to play a game I already have on the Steam Deck on the PlayStation. Like
you can transfer.
Sorry, you can't be everything.
You can transfer saves.
No way.
So so on your Steam Deck, if you had a game that you want to continue on your PlayStation, if you make a Larian account, you can do cloud saving and you can swap between devices.
I didn't realize that. Well, I named my new character the same name as my old character and have been playing it as the same, and I'm almost to where I was. So it's okay. It's fine. But the thing that's really wowing me with Baldur's Gate, and I know we've talked about it so much on this show already, but like I said, I've played this section of the game probably 4 times previously, and I found a huge section of the game this time that I completely missed last time. You can get into... Is this a spoiler?
No.
It's Baldur's Gate.
You can get into the Underdark.
Yeah.
I never knew that. There's a whole quest thing, a quest line in the Underdark. And the last time I've played through all the way to getting to the point where you leave that area, you cross the bridge or whatever, twice, and never found the Underdark before. It's crazy. So I've been having a lot of fun with that, and it has temporarily replaced the Long Dark for me in my gaming time. It's just so much fun. I've been, yesterday I was like to my husband, I said, do we have to do anything today? And he's like, no. And I said, good, I'm going to play Baldur's Gate all day. And he's like, okay.
What is your character?
Paladin, Oath of the Ancients, and her name is Tansy, and she is a wood elf, and she loves animals and children and music and bringing light and joy to the world, and she can cut people's heads off. It's great.
Have you broke your oath yet? I find it really hard to keep my oath as a paladin.
I accidentally broke my oath within the first 10 minutes of playing, actually. And I save scummed and I went back to before I broke my oath and I did better.
Okay.
I didn't know that had mechanical implications in Baldur's Gate. That's interesting.
It does. You can't do your oath charge or whatever it's called anymore.
Channel Divinity.
Yes. You can't use that. And the scary guy comes to your camp and is like, "You're an Oathbreaker like me, and now you have to choose your path." And I was like, "No, reload. I'm not doing this right now. I'm a level 1. I'm not doing this." So, but yeah, it's been really fun. I'm super excited to keep going with it. My preferred people to have with me are Karlach, Shadowheart, and because she's a good healer. And I've actually started to really like Lae'zel, which surprised me. She's pretty fun.
Oh, sure. That's a very melee heavy build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like to kill everything really fast.
It's a good build.
Sometimes I like to have Gale instead of Lae'zel because he's like my glass cannon, He just does lots of area of effect.
So my favorite mod in Baldur's Gate, and I don't know if it's available for PS5. I know I got it on my Steam Deck. It might be available for the PS5 because PS5 has mods, but it's called Pokemaster. And basically you can, if you have as much HP as any enemy, you can capture them like Pokemon, and you don't have any attacks, but you just attack with other creatures that you capture.
Oh, fun.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like that would be really fun after I've beaten this game. How about you, Seth? What have you been playing?
Well, before that, I was going to ask, this is going to sound sacrilegious, but if somebody come out with like a mod to just give like the rest of your team like a combat AI.
Oh.
Because listen, and I know this is sacrilegious, but like I don't care. Like the only character I care about is mine. I built the character I wanted to play, and like I'm going to spend most of the game. I'm going to spend most of the game playing not my character.
Disagreed with someone on anything in my life.
Like there's like 4 other people in my party.
Felt less strongly about this.
Listen, there's 4 other people in my party, or how many ever.
3,
and then there's the character that I made. So 20% of the time I get to play the character I made, and then 80% of the time I'm dealing with a bunch of NPCs I don't give a shit about.
You can respec them and build them exactly the way you want to. And once you do that, the game is so much easier.
But if everybody is not, if I'm not running some weird sort of warlock coven, then like I don't care. It's my hot take. I don't want to control the rest of the characters. I just want to control
that would ruin the game. Like the whole point of the game is to synergize your characters. That's the entire purpose of the game, is to build strategy based on like having a balanced party and choosing like
I don't care.
Seth, you just need to play with friends.
I legit don't care.
Play with friends, and they can control their characters, and that's what you want. When you say you want a combat, I was going to say when you say you want a combat AI, what you're really saying is you want 3 friends who will play with you.
No, I want the computers to just make their own choices, and then I will make my choices, and then that's how we'll get through combat. That's what I want to happen. Like every other game RPG I play, where I just control my character. Anyway,
Baldur's Gate is built different.
Not for me. Legitimately though, I should go back and play Baldur's Gate. It didn't make either of my lists, but like the last time I played Baldur's Gate was February. And I probably really should go back and like, I never got out of Act 1. I need to go back and like actually play. What have I been playing these last couple weeks? Not much, actually. I was kind of surprised in myself. I thought I was playing more recently. I got 2 games off a Steam sale. I got a game called Grim Dawn, and I got a game called Floppy Nights. Did you guys play Dicey Dungeons? It was like a roguelite.
But I know the premise.
It's just like a deck builder roguelite. So the people who made Dicey Dungeons made this other game called Floppy Nights. Katie, you might enjoy it. It's like a deck builder puzzle game. So it's like a tactical RPG, sort of along the lines of, what's a good example? I don't know these games enough. Dempsey, when you play Fire Emblem, is it like Is it like a top-down map where you like move the people around? Like, oh, they can move like 5 squares and then attack somebody next to them or use an ability.
It's like chess.
Okay, so like,
yeah.
What's like the genre of game you would call that?
It's a turn-based strategy.
Oh, okay. So this is just like a turn-based strategy deck builder.
Okay.
It's a fun game. It's just not like 100% my style because there's no like consequence if you lose. You could just like retry the level again. So that's why in my mind it's more like puzzly than I don't know. It's almost more puzzly than like strategy because you could just like change up your deck. If you lose the encounter, you could just be like, oh, let me try it again, but like I'm going to swap out these cards for these other ones. Either way, Katie, you might enjoy it.
That sounds fun.
You can't buy anything because you're on a moratorium, but you know, whatever.
I know.
Grim Dawn is just like a dark fantasy ARPG, sort of along the lines of, what's a good example? Like Diablo, exactly in that genre of games. Diablo, Torchlight. I can't even think of any other ones right now. Diablo is the classic.
Is Diablo... Hang on, sorry. Is Diablo the one where... Is that the old school shooter game that everybody
No, it's like
talks
the
about?
Isometric. So like you're looking at it at like 2.5D. You're kind of like you're a diagonal angle. It's mostly like you're running around like a pseudo open world, going into dungeons. You fight enemy. It's kind of like the games that invented like the tiered loot system of like common, uncommon, rare.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Super rare.
I was thinking of
rare.
Doom.
No, yeah, that's a boomer shooter.
Right.
No, yeah, they call these ARPGs. We're like, oh, you know, I've got a big skill tree. Like Path of Exile these days is like, I guess probably the really popular one. That's a fun game. My problem with the genre in general is it's too open. You're usually like, oh, there's a massive map, but there's nothing in 90% of the map. But like most of the side quests are just out there in the random 10%, but you don't know where that 10% is. So you just have to like explore.
Populated enough.
Yeah, you just have to explore every inch of the world, which like the gameplay is fun enough. But then like, because you have internet turbo nerds who play like 500 hours of a game in 1 month and then complain that there's no end game content. Like the skill tree is like insanely massive. There's actually like 2 different skill trees, and you can pick 2 classes, each of which has its own skill tree. And it's like too much. The game's fun though. I'll probably play more of it. And I've also been playing a lot of RuneScape because now good news though for RuneScape, I finally got a very rare, very expensive drop that I have been waiting to get.
Yay!
After grinding for, I went dry on drop rate. How many of these guys did I have to kill? I killed 323.
Jeez.
And it was a 1 in 300 drop rate, so I actually didn't go that dry. I got a Zenite shard. It's worth about 19 million gold pieces.
If you kill 300, will you for sure... It will for sure drop?
No, I had to kill 323 for it to drop.
Oh, that's not too bad though, is it?
No, I didn't really go that dry. I can't complain too much. For context, because 19 million doesn't mean anything to you. The entire worth of my account, including liquidity up to that point, was 20 million.
Oh, wow. So you doubled.
So I doubled in a single drop.
Nice.
And am now pushing towards finishing some of the goals I had set for myself over the summer. But I needed a lot of in-game cash in order to make happen.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. That makes me think of, I don't know if you listened to Lord to Death's most recent episode.
Did not.
He's talking about actually Baldur's Gate. But at the end of it, he was like, bigger number, not always better person. And I was like, I know that. He got that from us.
He didn't get that from us.
Yeah, he did. I emailed him and I was like, hey, I laughed when I saw that. And he's like, yeah, I heard that on your show and now I say it all the time. So shout out to Lord to Death. We love you over here at Overthinking. You're awesome.
No way. Like, that's a common phrase. Brett, that's a common phrase. You did not learn that from us.
That's what he said. It's what the man said.
All right, whatever.
It's in the email.
It's in the email. I got the receipts, Seth.
We all have access to the email.
I might need the password. I think it signed me out. Anyway, in other news, back on to today's actual topic, our favorite games of the year, least favorite games of the year. We're taking this a little round robin style. Anybody would like to volunteer to go first for one of their... should we go...
We should go least favorite first and then
least favorite first? Okay.
Yeah.
So we can end on a positive note.
Yeah. So I want to talk about a game I did not finish. It was so hype for me until I played it. And that is The Plucky Squire. Now, The Plucky Squire is a good game. It was nominated for Best Family Game. I found it almost unplayable because of the pacing would stop you every 3 minutes for a little text box. And the story was not good enough to justify that.
A little too handholdy is your bit?
Not even too handholdy. Literally just characters saying inaudible that you cannot skip, but sometimes the directions of what you need to do are in that inane dribble. And so you also just can't completely ignore and check out. So you have to be paying just enough attention to catch something if it's important. And I just found it a real, I don't know. I might go back and finish it and just kind of power through the parts that I don't like about it. Because it is really clever and fun and playful. I just feel like if it had a bit stronger vision for more gameplay and less dialogue and making fun moments to replace the dialogue, I think it would have been a lot stronger. So I mean, if these developers release a new game, I'll probably check it out and read the reviews and it'll be on my radar. I'll probably wishlist it. I like so much of the game and I knew I was going to like it. It's just really disappointed that I wasn't enthusiastic about it the whole way. So that's why it's on my, one of my least favorite games this year.
Okay. Fair.
What about you, Katie?
Well, this is from January of this year. So, this is the last time I played this game and it's Undertale.
That's crazy.
Wow. What is happening?
I'm so sorry. I tried really hard several times to like it. I've played 6.5 hours of it and I don't like it.
Have you did you play handheld on your Steam Deck or did you play mouse and keyboard?
Handheld.
It might be helpful to play mouse and keyboard.
But the problem was the majority of the game, it was the game I wanted to like. It's in there. It's in the same running as Outer Wilds where I know on paper it's supposed to be everything that I like. But the main mechanic of the game is that fucking awful mini arcade game. I hate it. It's not fun. It sucks. So
okay, this hurts, but okay.
Yeah, so I tried really hard to like it. I really like the whole pacifist thing and the idea of it and all the things I'm sure I would have learned and seen and it would have been great, but the gameplay sucked. So I'm sorry. Didn't like Undertale.
I think I'm on record on the podcast for exactly the same take. Steam has been for years. I own Undertale. I think I played it once and I didn't like it. For me, Undertale tries to subvert the genre in a way that I don't care about subverting. And therefore, the gimmick of the gameplay is lost on me because I'm it's just not something I'm interested in doing in the game.
Yep. That's where I'm at too. Sorry, Dempsey.
I played that game on Switch. That is okay. Anyways, go on, Seth.
Go ahead, Seth.
All right. I don't know. I feel like my game list is going to be a little bit less well known. But the first one on my, and I'll put it like this: when I was looking through my games for favorite, least favorite, I was I don't know if I necessarily have any games that I really hated this year. Games that I was I really didn't like playing that this year. as much as it was more just like I played some of these games for like a little bit and then I just like really didn't connect with them. And then I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I put them down. So first game on my list is a game called Mechabellum. I think it's actually a couple years old at this point. And it took off with like a couple YouTubers I watched a lot. It's essentially like a mech-based auto battler where like you place down your like different squads of mechs and you like level them up over the rounds. But then like where you place down your mechs is where they're placed down for like the rest of the match. So your opponent can like counter place you on mechs, or they can place it like around your field to like counter you. And it just ended up being a game that I think like the people who are, there's nobody who's like casually into the game and it's PvP only. As far as I remember, or like maybe they have AI, but all I remember playing it was like, I feel like everybody else is way too invested into this to the point where like I can't have fun because
there's no way for you to get past your learning curve.
Right. Like you have to conquer the learning curve to like play, but the only people playing are like the people who have conquered the learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a weird analogy, but it's how I feel about like PvP and RuneScape. Like I'd never engage in the PvP in this game because some people have legitimately been playing it for doing PvP in this game for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like dealing with that. Like it's not going to be an enjoyable experience for me to like grind the learning curve for like the hundreds of hours so that I can get some sort of like potential reward out of it. When there's like a bazillion other things in this game that I like enjoy doing that I'd rather be doing. So it seems like it's a cool game. It's got really cool like mech designs in it that I thought was really fun. It was really fun to watch a streamer I like play it, who was like really into the mechanics and like enjoyed that learning curve and like grinded out the games. And that was fun to watch, but probably just because he's a good entertainer and less because the game is good gameplay. Like I would watch him play a lot of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, that's Mechabellum.
Okay. What's up next, Dempsey?
So we decided to have 3 least favorite and then 5 favorites. So I have a problem, which is I kind of only played critically acclaimed games this year. So all of my games that I do not like are also really good games. But just for whatever reason, subjectively, they did not click with me. I just only play video games that kind of have made it through the recommendation filter to people who share my taste. So, another game that I played and did not like, and I really wanted to like it, and I might come back to it, and maybe I'll fall in love with it, is called Tales of Kenzara Zao, which is an African-inspired Metroidvania game.
I think I remember you talking about this like way earlier in the year.
Yep. It's a very personal game. It's inspired directly by the death of the lead developer's father. And it deals with a lot of existential themes, I think, really well. And I think the writing's good. I don't think the writing's great, but I think it's good. It just felt, I don't know, like there was something about it that just feel like it didn't do anything new or interesting enough to kind of keep it hooked into me. And I was really fighting to like continue to play it, but like the enemy variety is just not there. And like kind of the combat situations that it builds up is not very fun. And like the way that it tries to increase difficulty with just more simple. There was a gameplay like, I did a screen capture. I don't know if I still have it, but it was just moving the character like one step to the left and one step to the right for this flying opponent, and then it wouldn't attack me ever. Like just the AI was not very engaging, I guess. And then so the difficulty was just like really long health bars on really simple enemies, which did not feel good. I don't know. Like the whole problem with, and I also think the pacing was a little funky and weird, and I also wanted it to be a little bit more, like have less millennial humor and be a little bit more earnest. I think this game could have been, I think the narrative could have been incredible if it was like maybe like 20% more confident in the mythology and didn't lamppost the fact that things are weird or try to make these things relatable or whatever. But if it just like kind of leaned into like not, I feel like it was afraid that people weren't going to connect with the African mythology, like the Butu mythology. And so it kind of couched it in like millennial humor and like,
what is millennial humor?
It like
Marvel movies. And
well, like, do you remember, and this is, I think, the extreme version of that, but do you remember like, oh geez, was it like way earlier this year? Or was it like last year? It was the game that had like the trailer with the woman being like, oh, I'm in this world now and there's dragons.
Forsaken. Yeah.
Was that Forsaken?
Yeah.
Where like, is it kind of like that, but like,
no, well, not
like
that
less
bad.
Extreme? Yeah.
Not that bad. But I do think that if it was like, if it just would have been like a really earnest and again, this is like just making it more what I like, but like a really earnest Metroidvania that kind of explores death through like spirituality and mythology and like was okay with it being like surreal and strange and these gods that are so far above things that you don't really know what they want. And it was, I don't know. It was like, it was very relatable and I don't know. I wanted something else from it. And so it's a good game though, but I just didn't click with me.
So what you're telling me is you want like the mumblecore version of what you played.
Yeah. I want like, which I guess that like, but also like, that's kind of what Hollow Knight did. And that worked very well, but you would want to make it stand out from something like Hollow Knight. So I think giving it a bit more personality maybe made it stand out from other Metroidvanias, which tend to sometimes be dark and mysterious. And I just feel like it would have been, I feel like maybe there's a reason that they do that.
Sure.
Maybe?
Like you're saying that like, and we look at Metroidvanias like literally like Metroid, Castlevania, Hollow Knight, like they're very like dark, broody games. And you were thinking maybe something a little bit more like colorful, expressive, like leaning into like the strangeness, weird mythology, maybe like sort of like culture and like not being like afraid of that.
And like trusting the gamer to be able to like go with them on the journey. Yeah.
I think it was just a little bit too like poppy, like a little bit too much Marvel energy for me. Okay. Anyways, so Fair. Katie, what's up?
My second one is Coffee Talk, which is
I've been wanting to play this.
It's a talking simulator where you run a coffee shop and people come in to like get their drinks or whatever, and you have conversations with them, sort of like a bartender. And the mini game of it is like you have to make the drink the way that they like it and like remember who likes what and stuff like that in order to unlock like dialogue and stuff. And then as you do that like influences the way the game unfolds, which in theory sounds super fun. But I don't know, something about it's like it's really well like received. It's got like a 95% approval rate on Steam. Like it's really spoke of well, but I don't know. I just kind of found it boring. And I like books level boring games. Like I played Pentiment, I played Citizen Sleeper. I like, all of those kinds of visual novels a lot. But I just found myself, I was like, I don't really want to listen to you guys talk anymore. Like I think I found the writing kind of boring. And I was disappointed because I really wanted to like it. But alas.
Oh well.
You haven't played it, or you're thinking about playing it, Dempsey?
I was thinking about playing it. It's on my wish list.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't like Undertale or Outer Wilds. This could be my favorite game. Who knows?
That's true.
If Outer Wilds didn't make me want to puke, I'd like it a lot more.
That's the okay. That's the point. You have to go like spinning uncontrollably backwards into the heart of a black hole. Like that's
Vertigo
the game.
and motion sickness is part of the game. I don't want it.
There's a mod that you can play Outer Wilds in VR.
And I would puke. No,
I think the biggest this is off topic, but I think the biggest revolution in VR gaming is when somebody comes up with some like insane library that you could just like turn any game into a VR game. somehow. And then you'll just be able to like go and you'll be able to do this like, oh, I can just go like play Mario Kart, but like in VR, or I could just go play like Elden Ring in VR, or I don't know. As soon as somebody comes up with something insane, probably some plugin for like Unreal 5 or something, it'll be crazy.
Sure.
I'd love to play like the point and click mystery games that I like. I'd love to play those in VR, where you actually in the room and you have to like figure out the puzzles and like oh, there's like a book that's out of place on the bookshelf.
I'm surprised that doesn't exist already. Like
it would be so cool.
There's got to be some like VR puzzle games where you're like literally
probably
like,
there is. I'm not in the loop, so maybe that's already existing and I'm not groundbreaking like I think I am. All right, Seth, what's your next
my
one?
second one is quick because it's fairly broad, but every once in a while I'm bored. I'm like, I want to do something right now. So I go on my phone, I go on the Google Play Store, and I try and find a game, and every game I find sucks.
Oh, no.
So my second for least favorites of the year is mobile gaming in general. Because with the exception of like good games that get mobile ports, I am not really vibing with mobile games this year.
Fair.
Even the ones that come out that I'm like, this is kind of good, I'm like, this is good for a little bit, and then I'm done with it. I was playing a lot of that game called like Cifi, CIFI. It was like an idle game. It's fun for a while, and then you're like, I'm just like clicking buttons and watching like bigger number, better person, and you're like, but I've stopped feeling like a better person when the number gets bigger, so I don't want to play this anymore.
It's not working anymore.
Yeah, it's not working anymore, so I'm gonna go find something else to do. Or like, Dempsey, were you talking about the Pokemon trading card game last week?
Yes.
Like, that's a game that I played for a little bit, and I was like, I'm not really interested in like opening up like one pack of this every 12 hours. Like, I'm not going to make it a chore to like go into the game and like open up packs. So I'm done with it. And that's kind of how I've been feeling about mobile gaming in general. It feels like a genre mostly cash grabby.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some really interesting innovation happening somewhere on there, but it doesn't feel like it has enough discoverability.
It's really hard to find.
Or audience for like good mobile games. Or at least it's not one that has been presented to me. So, fair. Dempsey, what's next on your list? What's your, is this your third and final, or is this your second?
Final.
Yeah. So again, my problem is I played too many really good games. And so, well, yeah, so I would say, so there's two options. So there's Castle Crashers, which is a mobile app, which was not very good.
Like is it just like a mobile port of the original Castle Crashers game?
Castle Crushers, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Different situation. There have been like games that, like Power Wash Simulator and things like that I didn't necessarily love, but still felt like they gave me what they told me they were going to give me.
Sure.
I think I had such a deep feeling of disappointment from Inscription.
That's crazy.
What?
It's a really good game. The hype around Inscription was so big that I expected something more narratively out of it. And
okay, that's fair.
I think I poisoned myself to that game to where it could have never met the expectations that I set up for in my head. It's the Silk Song
problem.
Right.
Yeah. Don't say that.
You know it's true.
No, it's not.
What did he say?
I said it's the Silk Song problem.
Oh, yeah. Imagine. Oh, my God. I was only thinking about that yesterday.
Now, listen, Elden Ring came out. It's fucking fantastic. Still one of my games of the decade. So.
Well, if Silk Song comes out this decade, maybe it'll make it.
Sure.
Only needs to make it within the next 5 years.
Katie, how about you? What was your what's your third and final
My final was A Little to the Left, which is a super cute organizing puzzle game that is actually my mom's like top 5 of the year. She loves that game. She bought the DLC, loves it. I am spatially challenged, and so it's like a game where you have to be able to recognize like patterns and like
you need to
how
be able to
should be
rotate shapes in 3D space.
Right, exactly.
You're not a shape rotator.
I'm not a nope. What shapes? What are those? And so yeah, so it was really stressful for me, and I could never figure it out. So I jumped off of that after about an hour and a half of struggling, and I watched somebody stream it instead, and that was super fun. So it's not a bad game, it's just not right for me, and I will never play it. It makes me feel stupid.
Fair. My third.
Yep. Is that all of us?
No, I have a third and final.
Oh,
my third and final is again a game I wanted to enjoy. And it's going to be a pretty out there game, I think, on my list because it is a deck builder roguelite. It was Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers, which is a fun game. It's a deck builder roguelite. I remember when
you were getting that.
Huh?
I remember you getting that.
Yeah, and it's a tough game for me, I think, to even like explain why I don't enjoy it because it's got all the pieces for like a game I enjoy. It just like. Something about how that game is balanced misses the mark on like enjoyability. Like there's maybe I just like didn't figure it out, but it oftentimes felt like in my runs I was getting frustrated because like it's a game around blackjack, so you need to like try not to hit 21, but like inherently like sometimes you just hit like 999 or like, you know, like 938, and then you're like, oh, I busted. And like, how the heck was I supposed to know that was going to happen? And like, it felt like the game like penalized you a little too much in places where like it penalized you too much and then like didn't reward you enough. So like, I was never able to get into like a good flow for the game. And like, I've played a lot of deck builder roguelites over time, and I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of the genre and like some of the like the main ideas, and I just like couldn't wrap my head around the game in a way that like made sense. And I was like, and this is the problem, anytime I play a deck builder roguelite, I'm like, would I enjoy playing Slay the Spire more right now? Because I still have to grind out Defect and Watcher to Ascension 20, and I'm like, would I rather be playing Slay the Spire? And unfortunately, the answer a lot of the time is yes, and then I just go play Slay the Spire instead.
Yep.
So, like, games just have a really high barrier to entry in the genre, which is what happens when you make, like, one of the best possible games in the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's so true.
It's rough out there.
Okay. So
on the more positive note, favorite games for the year.
So this is not in any order. For me, Katie is, so she's...
Mine is not.
So the first game that is on my game of the year is Astrobot. It is like you can purchase joy. Like money does buy happiness, and it costs $60. I love kind of everything about it. I love how nostalgic it is. I love how like really masturbatory it is. I love like all the technical showcases that are really needless that they do. Like it'll be like jingle bells, but like 10,000 jingle bells, and you can spin them all around, and they're just particles flying everywhere, and the performance never drops. I think it's a technical masterpiece. Hearing Team Asobi talk about the game also really endeared me to them, because they're like, we want to make it as if we are making someone's first video game. So it's very geared towards children, and they're like, if this is a child's first video game, this is what we want their experience to be. And that was like a big part of how the developers talked about making this game. And I think that's so like sweet and important to talk about like that. I think it's very funny that they thank Nintendo, even though they're owned and exclusively public. Like they're a Sony company. Sony created them.
That was funny.
To work, and then they thank Nintendo when they got the award. It really feels like people who like love joy and video games, hearing about how they develop things is very fun. So like they kind of have different teams all developing like ideas on their own, and they come back once a week to test the ideas, and then they kind of go and hearing it was like the game director is like, he talks about himself as if he is the opposite of an auteur. So like he talks about, he's like, every person who did animation or sound effect, like it's all their creative decisions that come together to make this game. Where like a lot of game devs are like very auteurs and have a really specific vision for what they want. Even like big AAA like Neil Druckmann and Slev, whatever the Larian Studios guy is, and like they're very, and this guy, when he talks about the development process, it's very communal. He feels like the art is collective, and it's just really inspiring to hear him talk about video games. And then you play it and you're like, oh, I can see 100% everything you're talking about. I understand how wholesome this is. I understand how playful it is. I understand how it's kind of optimized to be a very gentle experience. And I just love everything about Astrobot. So that's on my list. Katie, cool. What you got?
One of mine is Chained Together. Did either of you guys play this one?
No, but have you talked about it this year? I mean, I've seen people play it, but
I wonder, I think I've probably mentioned it. So Chained Together is a multiplayer game where you are literally chained to your partner, and you have to ascend out of hell. And so it's a cooperative platformer where you have to be in sync and jump together to overcome these obstacles, or else you will both fall back down to the very beginning and you have to start over. And my brother and I played it together this year, and it's so much fun because you're like, you can get into a rhythm for some of it. You're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, jump, and you get into it. You don't have to count anymore. You get a feel for it. And then all of a sudden they throw in these crazy mechanics that are just like unexpected or unpredictable. And all of a sudden you're on a cube that's floating in the air, hundreds of meters up in the air, and you have to try to figure out which way is it going to spin and move together and like time everything correctly. And it's really fun. And there's a lot of damn it, no, that goes on. And it causes a lot of cussing. We played it in front of my nephew, and we were both like trying to come up with like alternatives to fuck because it's really hard, but it's super fun and silly. And you can play it with up to 4 people, all chained together in a daisy chain, trying to escape hell. And as you go up higher and higher, the levels change. And they introduce different kinds of obstacles and things like that. So it's really unique and silly and fun. And if you have strong relationships with people, you can definitely play it with people. So if we should play, if you guys ever get it, like if it's on sale or something, you guys should pick it up and we should play it together, because I think that would be really hilarious. It works really well on Steam. I play it handheld and it works really well. So yeah. How about you, Seth? What's next?
First on my list, same as Dempsey, also Astrobot. I was late on the Astrobot train. I literally only picked it up after it won Game of the Year, because I was like, hey, I won Game of the Year, like I should probably try this out. My main thing about Astrobot is, and I saw somebody mention this, and I 100% have to agree, Astrobot just exudes joy. Like, as a game, it is happy. And there's like, it feels like there are so many games that like cannot say that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so clear by playing Astrobot that like the people who made this game enjoyed making it. And it was a game that is supposed to evoke the feelings of like happiness and joy inside of you by playing it. Like, down to like so many minor details in the game where like, oh, like there's a bunch of, you need to collect some coins. Oh, to collect the coins, you just have to like run into some flowers, and the flowers are in like the shape of a little heart. And like there's so many like cute little moments in the game that you're just like, oh, that's nice. Or like every time you rescue one of the bots, they're like, woo, like everybody is like clapping, and it's like a little party inside your controller, and like everybody's just happy to be like rescued. And it's that constantly from like start to end of the game. Like the game developers want you to have a good time, and that's super evident. And I did. I had a fantastic time playing Astrobot. It's also clear that the developers were like, hey, we want to make a platformer that is not difficult. And like I can almost tell the areas of the game where like somebody designed something and then they said like, this is too difficult, we need to tone this down a little bit. Because it's like every aspect of this game feels approachable.
Yeah, I agree.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah, and it's so fun. And like when I saw, because when it won Game of the Year, there was people who were like, oh, like Astrobot doesn't deserve Game of the Year. But like Astrobot is like a fantastic family game. Like it was one of those games that I was able to like take to my girlfriend who's like not really a gamer and say like, I think you'll enjoy this. And she played through like most of the first 3 levels just by herself. And she's like not a gamer by any stretch. She really doesn't play video games, but she was like, hey, I really enjoy this. She had fun just like going through the levels. The first time, like one of the dudes that has like the spikes came up to her, she was like, ah! And like she was just having fun with it. So I already platinumed Astrobot.
Okay.
Yeah, I platinumed it pretty quick. But I fully intend to go do another Astrobot playthrough. Like it feels like a game that should be super easy to jump back into. Like I wish it was longer. Like I understand why it's the length that it is, but I would happily pay them another like $10 for like another world or something. So give me more Astrobot content.
Did you play the Christmas one?
I did. 100%
stuff?
that as well.
It was very fun, very cute,
and the speedrun levels.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so moving on. The second on my list, and it's very funny because I think I had more problems with this game than a lot of other games. And I had rants about things that really bothered me about it. I still think it is one of the most impactful video game experiences I've had playing video games.
I know what it is.
And not like personal philosophy changing, but like what the art form can accomplish separate from my experience of it. And that is Detroit Become Human. Yeah. I think Detroit Become Human, it was tense in ways that felt like an action movie. It was so beautifully directed. The performances were like genuine and amazing. All of the like details and animations felt so good. It came out like 8 years ago and it still looks better than anything that's out today. Like, and like the replayability and the fact that it is your story and like how they hide the branching paths are fun, and like the gamification of the branching paths. So when you play it over and over again, you can try to get everything. And I have a lot of issues with this game, like a lot. But I do think that like as far as what it achieves as a video game, unbelievably impactful to the medium. I'm very happy I played it. I think it's a beautiful game that everyone who's interested in video games should play. And the next thing they're working on is a Star Wars game, which is
that would be really cool.
It will be the best. Like if it's the same caliber of writing, it's going to be the best written Star Wars thing ever.
Dude, like, I just am immediately imagining like a Knights of the Old Republic game, but like Detroit.
Sure.
And like, oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, no, the trailer looks awesome. There's a trailer for it, but it's one of those things where they announce a trailer and you don't hear anything else for like 3
years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but yeah, it really changed the way, how I view what video games are capable of. So yeah, Detroit Become Human.
Yeah. That's on my list as well, so I'll go ahead and talk about it now too. That's actually my number one game for this year. Yeah, because we did that episode on it, and it was so special that we all got to play it and talk about it, and we got to have Josh on from the Gamers Drink. And so what was already a very special experience to me, playing through it, I found it extremely impactful. It was one of those games that was like emotionally difficult for me to finish at the time. And it left me just stunned at the end of it. But then when we did our episode and we all played and we all got to talk about it, that really made it even a sweeter experience for me. And I really enjoyed being able to have that with you guys. And I know it sounds cheesy or whatever, but really it's that community experience of sharing something that was so well done and so layered and impactful with people that, I like talking to. So it was really my best gaming experience this year for sure.
Cool.
How about you, Seth?
Number 4 for me, I feel like this will probably be a surprise for some people for where it is on my list, but I'm going to put Shadow of the Erdtree of the Elden Ring DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree is good.
DLC can't be eligible for Game of the Year.
I know. Well, listen, it was nominated for Game of the Year. It gets to be on my Game of the Year list.
Okay.
Shadow of the Erdtree is great. I think it does a lot for the Elden Ring lore. Like, I literally did a whole episode with Brett from Lord of Death, and I had like so much fun talking about it. I think mechanically, like, I have not gone back and played the Elden Ring DLC yet. I do intend to at some point. The thing that they introduced, like the Skadu Tree blessings in there, was just one of those things that was like Shadow Tree, Skadu Tree. I don't speak Welsh. Was like a little outside of like what is interesting for me about like the Souls games. And the problem is there's just too many of them. Like, you have to go out, and if I want to like redo the DLC on a different character, like pretty much in order to be able to fight the final boss, I have to go out and like collect all of these things. And like, I've done that in base game Elden Ring. Like, I've memorized the locations of like most of the important stuff you need to collect. But there's not like 50 of them, or how many ever of them. There's not like 50 important items. And like, you almost need all of them. Maybe it's a little bit of a dated take just because like I played the DLC right when it came out and I haven't played it since. But I also had problems with the final boss in the DLC. It's since been nerfed to be a little bit more reasonable. But I essentially had to like cheese my way through the final boss, which I didn't enjoy. It was fun when I did it. Just to like treat it like a puzzle to solve. And they've made it easier, and I'd probably be able to do it again without too much problem. But I don't know, the whole experience with the DLC, I was like, it's great. I love Elden Ring. I think it did fantastic things for the lore. I think it did some confusing things for the lore, as games tend to do. But overall, like number 4, I've got a couple games above it for a couple different reasons. I've ordered my list. Astrobot is 5 and the Elden Ring DLC is 4. Because I realized I just have to move one game in the list for it to be an ordered list. So
there you go.
Anyway, good, not amazing. A few things I liked the year better than it. I will probably revisit it sometime this year. We'll see what I think about it when I do.
Cool.
Dempsey?
My list is not ordered. I do not know. So Before Your Eyes, I don't know if I talked about that. Did I talk about that on this podcast?
It doesn't sound familiar.
I don't think so.
So Before Your Eyes is a VR game that I played pretty recently, maybe a couple days before Christmas, so maybe we didn't talk about it. But you are going through someone's life, and the longer you keep your eyes open, the longer you keep your eyes open for, the longer you can stay in a moment. And then when you blink, you skip forward ahead in their lifetime. And
ooh, that's cool.
It could be 5 seconds. It could be a day. It could be 15 years. And you don't know how long it's going to be. And so like you control only with your eyes. Your eyes are the only things that you move. And so you can play it with a webcam. I think you can play it on PC with a webcam, or you can play it in VR. It's insane in VR. Like, it's really cool in VR.
Does it actually like track your blinking?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And because the PSVR 2 can track your pupils, so you can control things with just your eyes. So you, so yeah, it's pretty, and some head movement as well. So you'll move and blink and things like that. But it was up there as like, the narrative was as beautiful, like more beautiful than a lot of really good films. It takes about an hour to play through. It's genuinely has something to say about ambition and illness. Actually, it's probably the best version of illness that I've ever seen in a video game before. And the trying to find purpose outside of artistic accomplishment as well. It's like, it covers a lot of ideas that really connect with me. I'm not ill, but there's a lot of other things in there that there's a lot of ideas that I think about a lot. And how it's structured is very interesting. All the performances are fantastic, like way good. It's not photoreal at all. It's very impressionistic. It's very kind of cartoony and surreal almost at times. And it's such an interesting mechanic. And there are sometimes I found myself like so caught up in a moment and like straining my eyes so I could like spend more time in this moment. And that was and then there's the opposite as well, where it's
you're like, oh, get me out of here.
Yeah, situations that you don't necessarily want to be in, but you have to keep looking. And you can't look away because it knows if you're looking or not, which I think is very interesting as well. And so, yeah, I got a VR, and it was a really special look at what VR is capable of. Before your eyes, very beautiful.
That's something I hope I get VR these days. Because something I think like about the mechanical narrative mesh of that is really interesting to me. Like, yeah, like you mentioned, like you're straining your eyes because you like want to stay in a moment, but there's like an inevitability to blinking, right? Like you have to blink eventually, and you're gonna lose that moment as soon as you do. And that's a very cool like narrative mechanical meld. I like that. It's cool
for sure.
Katie, what you got?
Is Before Your Eyes, is that VR only, or can you get that on the Steam Deck?
You can get it on the Steam Deck. It needs access to a camera, so I'm not sure exactly how that would work.
Because it needs to be able to track when you blink, right? So.
Yeah, it needs to be able to track when you blink.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Right. So my next game, my number 4 was Cult of the Lamb. And I just found that game so much fun. It was just so much fun. I really enjoyed the sort of farm sim side of it, and I really enjoyed the combat. I liked that it wasn't too hard. I liked that I could play a roguelike that didn't make me want to tear my hair out. A lot of the times I am outskilled by roguelikes and I don't get very far because they're just too hard. So I really enjoyed the sense of accomplishment that I got from beating that game. And it's definitely one that I will play again in the coming years because it was just super fun. And I hope that are they making another one? I hope they are. Because it's super cute. So
I think they were
hopefully
still updating Call of the Lamb, but
yeah, I think you're right. They I think that there is a recent downloadable content that's actually a playable level, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that because I really enjoyed it, and I think it does have the opportunity for replayability. So that was my number 4. I just enjoyed it. I liked winning. How about you, Seth?
Number 3, actually, to combat one of Dempsey's least favorite, was Inscription for me.
Nice.
But I think this, it sort of plays testament to the differences and like the things that I like versus Dempsey likes. Because Inscription to me was a fascinating game mechanically. it's very clear to me that the person who designed Inscription really likes card games. It is very familiar with the genre of card games in general. And they mechanically wanted to take a lot of the different interesting aspects of those and like meld them all into one game. So where I was initially disappointed in Inscription for like not being this like roguelite deck builder that it is in the first act, as it continues through its different acts, it does so many interesting mechanical things. And for me, the narrative was like, whatever. Like I thought it was interesting in general terms, but for me, like Inscription is a very like mechanical showcase of a genre that I thought was very, very interesting. And I'm very glad you guys recommended it to me like over and over until I actually like sat down and played it. So yeah,
awesome.
It peaked at number 3 for me, which I now that I think about it, would I put Inscription above like Shadow of the Erdtree and Astrobot? That's tough. I mean, I really did like Astrobot. I really did like Shadow of the Erdtree, and like Inscription is really interesting. So I don't know. This is sort of what I say about like my list is like sort of semi-ordered, but also like we're talking about like our favorite games of the year. Each of these has like strengths for different reasons, and I like different things about all of them. And
there's enough room in our hearts for all of them.
Yeah. So that's all I got to say for Inscription. Go play it.
So my next game, again, my list is not ordered. I was a teenage exocolonist.
That's on my list too.
It feels like it was made with me in mind. It feels like it was written for me. It was like it's a John Green novel in space.
Makes sense.
It's so good. It's like a better version, maybe not a better version, but like, you know how like watching the Harry Potter kids grow up through the movies is really satisfying? Like you get to kind of see this adolescence and all the drama and things that go on in the Hogwarts. That's what this game is. It's that. It's like, but the thing is it like, I think it does a really good job of like the transition points into your life, and the stakes are so high in the game, but I think it really captured how stakes feel elevated when you're that age anyways. So like it uses living on a alien planet. You're exocolonists, you've landed and you kind of have to, you're starting like the terraform kind of process on a new planet. And so the stakes are very high. A lot of things, very dramatic things happen. But it really captures like what those smaller things maybe in real life feel like. Like it was very writerly, like very like writing centric video game. The most mediocre card game I've ever played in a video game. I have played Side. Like I think it was fine. I think as far as like card mini game goes, I think the one in Horizon is better. I think even like the one in Cult of the Lamb is better. I don't think it's a very interesting deck builder game at all. But everything else about it, it's a deck builder. I
liked it.
But I kind of
liked it because I thought that it was because, like, basically the way it is as you collect the cards, they're like your memories and your experiences.
Yes. The symbolism was very good.
You have to choose, like, at the beginning, you have, like, a memory of crawling, and you have a memory of, like, the first time you cut your finger, and you have a memory of, like, discovering butterflies or whatever the hell. And you have to choose which memories to let go of. And I thought that was such a sweet way to handle the deck building, that the tools and the things that you use to win your encounters are all of the experiences that shape them into the person that they are at that moment. And eventually you have to let go of certain things because they don't serve you anymore.
So
I thought it was very emotional.
No, I think the symbolism is very beautiful. I do not think it was balanced in interesting ways.
Yeah, fair.
I think I do think it's interesting how memory based the game is, because playing it as an adult, that is how I experience my adolescence now, is through memory. And so I think it is like, I wonder if a teenager would like playing this game, or is it like good for people who have been teenagers better?
Right.
Like, because I think it's a lot of I think it's a lot of how being a teenager feels. Especially when you like it really hit, like when you hit 15 and 16 and you're getting responsibilities and your friends are starting to become good at things and they're building their own identities, and you're kind of this amorphous blob, and every child kind of has like the same pleasant disposition in the beginning, and then like and then you get new friends and trying to mesh your friends groups together. And then you can be, I was very clingy, and which was very satisfying, but I was very clingy to my little tiny friend group. And
Were
also
you friends
the story.
with the dog kid?
What?
Were you friends with the dog kid?
I was friends. I don't think so. I was supposed to be friends with the greenhouse guy, but I ended up very close friends with the emo kid.
Oh, okay.
Which I was very happy about, because he has an insane story.
He ran away in mine.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he has an insane story.
Okay,
like,
I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again.
But the thing is, like, because I got to know him so often, it really feels like you are rewarded with story depending on where you spend your time, which is like the story's not just good, like it tells a good story, but it's like the time you spend with these characters changes your view of the story, which I think is fascinating, because like I had so much context to when he ran away, and I knew where he was going, and I knew kind of what he would be doing, and I knew like I had so much content, but there's other people that did things that I had no idea what the fuck was happening. Like there's a girl that becomes a nurse or like a scientist or something like that, and I can never keep track of her life. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I loved it so much. It's like it's the closest thing to a Becky Chambers game. Like a Becky Chambers novel in video game form. Also, yeah, I don't know. It's just very beautiful. Okay. Anyways, so that's on my list. Katie.
Yep, that was on my list too. So, yeah, that was my number 2 game for all the reasons that we've just discussed. It's really a special game. And what I really like about it too is that the person who made the game, it's actually like a husband and wife, but they each have their own kinds of projects. So they make things like separately, but I think they help each other as well. And I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it's a great game. I'm looking forward to playing it again. There's an interesting thing, which I won't explain because it would be spoilers, but there's an interesting thing at the end of the game which makes replayability extremely appealing and interesting.
So I'm interested to see how much it delivers on that promise, because it makes a pretty big promise.
It really does. Yeah. Yes.
So
I'm wondering if I've made a mistake by waiting so long to play again, because I'm like, I can't remember everything I did in the first playthrough.
No, that's good. It's like that, because that's the whole point of the game, is you have all these like half.
It's like
I think
remember. Yeah. We'll see. So we'll see if it's my number 1 game of the year again in 25. Yeah. All right, Seth, you're up.
So I'm on my number 2 game at this point, and I think if you've been following this podcast all year, my number 1 and my number 2 should be fairly predictable at this point. Number 2 game of the year, Balatro, everybody.
It's not on my list, and it's so sad, but it should be. It's such a good game.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. I did pull up the receipts. Wow, I really peaked the mic back there.
You did.
Sorry about that. Editing Dempsey, fix that for me. Yep. No, we're this far of the episode. Editing Dempsey is not touching this part of the episode. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Balatro is amazing. Like amazing enough that it got nominated for Game of the Year, which is crazy. I was fairly confident Balatro wasn't going to win Game of the Year. I was really surprised it got nominated. I was fairly confident it was going to win Indie Game of the Year, which I think it did, right?
It did. Yeah, it won everything it was nominated for.
That's crazy.
It walked away with like 4 awards.
which is
nice.
It's because like Balatro is such a good game, and I haven't touched Balatro that much too recently. I think I got a gold stake, or I think I beat gold stake, and then I haven't really like touched it much since then.
Yeah, it was like I was working on my gold stake, and you were like, "I'm gonna get there first," and then you did, and I was like, "Whatever."
Sick. I've done that a couple times to people. But like I don't know, just go play Balatro. Like you'll get
the reason it didn't make it on my list was because of the randomness. I ended up getting to a stage where I was like, "This is a joke. There's nothing I can do. I can't win. If I win, it's going to be pure luck."
Okay, so but this is the crazy thing. It's like I had Dungeons of Degenerate Gamblers under my least favorite, and I have Balatro as like my number 2. And like fundamentally, they're both like deck builder roguelites. But like something about, and like I would also agree, like gold stake Balatro is not balanced. Like I think you have significantly less of a chance of winning gold stake Balatro than you do of winning Ascension 20 Slay the Spire.
Which I can't do either, so.
Well, like, the interesting thing to me about, like, Ascension 20 Slay the Spire is I think the ceiling for Slay the Spire is incredibly high, and my understanding is people have still not reached it yet. It's something insane. Like, you can pool, like, wild win rates, like 90+% win rates at Ascension 20 Slay the Spire, like, if you know what you're doing, which is crazy. And it's something I would not even be able to dream of. I would literally have to multiply my win rate like by 100 or like by 1,000%. Like I think I win less than like 1% of my Slay the Spire Ascension 20 runs right now if I tried. So, but then on the other hand, like people can though, and I feel like you can't win like 90+% of your gold stake Balatro runs, but like I still enjoy doing those runs, like certainly. And I only really beat one deck all the way up to gold stake. Like I could see myself doing the other decks, and I didn't do all the challenge runs. Like I could see myself putting a lot more time into Balatro. And man, it's so good. It's so good. The music is funky and in like such the perfect way. It's amazing that it was like a solo developer, like up for Game of the Year. Like, man, indie games have gone so far. And like Balatro is one of the perfect examples of that.
Absolutely.
I love Balatro.
I feel like Balatro feels like, and I don't know if this means anything, but it feels like a very fundamental game. Like it feels like how Tetris is fundamental, and like it feels like that level of like, this is like base what makes video games playable and interesting. And there's something like
Balatro gets
core. Yeah, it understands, but like it's a lot of modern things because like aesthetics and the sounds and like I think Balatro is I think it's also a commentary on microtransactions and gambling in video games.
100%.
Because it's very like the creator very specifically hates the idea of putting any kind of microtransactions and things. So like it's a very like I don't know, I feel like it's a very important game to video games. Not the most complicated thing, but like Tetris is important to video games. I feel like it's
so what you're telling me is like Balatro is like the core of video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when you turn it up,
it was a joke. I got it.
Okay, thanks.
I've seen the TikTok
I
edits.
didn't get it. I didn't.
It's a follow up on my mumblecore joke from earlier, but whatever.
Oh, got it. When you turn it up to the fastest speed, it does really good things for my brain. So yeah, love Balatro. Yeah. Love it.
Bigger number, better person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So I get that.
So,
okay,
Balatro's amazing. Go play it.
So yeah, Balatro did not make my game of the year. So my last one, again, in no particular order, although this might have fundamentally reset my relationship with video games. Not
no particular order.
No particular order. Is The Last Clockwinder. And interacting with video games physically, like in VR. Like it's not like Beat Saber or like a shooter like Super Hot or whatever. Like there's something about doing the motion, making the robot that does the motion, and then creating like an analog programming that it like really like it's made me love my VR headset so much. It's the most interesting thing by far I've played in VR, and one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had in video games. Like the problems awesome. That they solve, how they make it where you're not motion sickness, how they solve like the space issue, and like how do you make a game that like the room is probably the size of like a gymnasium, and how do you make that feel playable when you only have a living room space? Like, I just think it's designed so tightly and so well, and it makes so much sense, and it's so intuitive, and it's so satisfying, and you can optimize it so well that you kind of go insane being like, okay, I think I can shave like a half second off of each of these, and that's going to like 4 times my output. If I can get like a half second off of this process, I think I can multiply my whole. And then
it's cool because it's like if I do this motion a half second faster.
That's the thing, is that if it's you physically doing the motion faster, and
cool.
And so and that has been such a surreal experience that is so fundamentally different than anything I've ever experienced in video games. The closest thing that, and it's going to sound insufferable, the closest thing to playing this game that I've ever experienced is when I first fell in love with bouldering. And like you are using your physical body to solve problems. Mm-hmm. And there is something so satisfying about that I thought video games could only give me a simulacrum of. Like I thought they could only like give me a metaphor of that process of using your body to solve problems. But The Last Clockwinder, like in the most literal way possible, you are using your body to solve problems. And so it gives me like, it's very similar to like how I think about rock climbing and different physical activities in a video game. And I think I hate Sony so much for creating such a good VR experience and then not supporting it with like a good library of games. There's like 50 games total for the PSVR 2. Like they're not having exclusives. They're not putting them on PlayStation Plus. They're not porting them over from Meta. Like it's the most incredible piece of gaming technology I've ever experienced by far. And Sony just does not care about it at all. So that's the hell I feel about the PSVR 2. It's very cool though. Anyways, okay, so that's The Last Clockwinder. The music is also beautiful. It goes into that, Human Fall Flat and Minecraft, where the music makes it spooky. That's what The Last Clockwinder is. It has like music that's too good for the type of game it is as well. Like it's too elegant and complicated and sophisticated music. It should not be in a game like that. Anyways, so that's my number one pick. Katie, you already told us your number one.
What's next?
Yeah, so my last one that I have, and this is where I'm like, well, I don't know how good my order was, because my last game is The Long Dark, and it is by far the game that I've spent the most time with this year. I've talked about it so many times, but it's a survival crafting kind of walking sim, no matter what Dempsey says. And you are stranded in the north of Canada during an electromagnetic event where all of the power has gone out and it's winter and you're trying to survive. And it came out like 10 years ago, but it's still really supported by the developers. And I'm super stoked that a second one was announced.
I feel like that's a very kind way to say that they have not released the DLC they promised people. Supported by the developers and still owe their still owe their audience. Yes.
Yeah, they do still owe their audience their last episode of Wintermute, which I'm waiting for ever so patiently. Anytime now would be great. But the survival mode has really won my heart. And there's something about it that's almost meditative when you're just like tramping through the snow and the audio is really good. You're tramping through the snow and you're just like hunting for acorns and throwing rocks at bunnies and noticing that the sun is going down and thinking, oh God, I'm going to freeze to death. And yeah, I've spent like almost 200 hours on it this year. I started playing it in the summer and I just love it. And I started calling it, I'd say, I'm going to go play Surviving in the winter. And then I started saying, I'm going to go expire in the winter because I wasn't doing such a good job of surviving. And there's a huge, like, if you go on Reddit, the people who play this game are unreal. There are people who are like, I have 2,000 days surviving on the hardest level. I'm like, do you guys touch real grass? What's going on here? But, and they know so much about the game. There's so much to it. There's so much depth and so many like tricks, and people learn like, oh, you can always get this kind of equipment in this place, or this place. And they learn all of these strategies to survive on the harder levels. I'm only playing on the second level of, I think there's 5. But it's just a really magical game. And I might break my moratorium in order to buy the DLC while it's on sale. Just because I have spent 200 hours on it so far. But yeah, that's the game I've spent the most time with. And it's definitely probably my favorite game that I've played this year, just from a purely like time spent in the world sort of perspective. So what's your last one, Seth?
Well, like I said, I think if you've been following us for long enough, you have the right kind of idea of where this is going.
Is it RuneScape? Are you just going to say RuneScape is your favorite game of the year?
No, I'm not. RuneScape actually didn't make my list.
Okay, I was trying to think because it's not. Hold on, Katie, we can do this. Ready? So it's not Balatro.
Nope.
And it's not Shadow of the Erdtree.
Nope.
What else has he been playing?
It's a painting Warhammer figurines. Are you going to say that's your?
No.
What game did he love? It's not Dave the Diver.
It's not Dave the Diver.
Come on, people.
Oh my God, I feel bad. I'm like, do I even know you?
It was back in like September.
September.
Is it a shooter? Give us a genre.
Indie.
Indie. Oh, that's helpful.
You know why? It's because it was like a month after this game came out that before our next recording session, and then it was like a month after that for our next one.
Give us more of a hint. Is it a roguelike?
Indie's not a genre. Indie's a size.
I know.
It's a genre in this case.
It's
a game.
Oh, I know. It's UFO 50.
It's UFO 50!
It's UFO 50. Duh.
Listen, UFO, where's, I literally pulled the game up. It's got Barbuda. It's got Magic Garden. It's got Planet Zoldath. It's got Avianos. It's got Mooncat. Yeah, Mooncat is probably single-handedly my game of the year. Rail Heist is a fantastic game. Rock on Island, Grimstone, Max and Minnie. There are so many good games. Mortal. There are so many good games in UFO 50. Holy hell. I still contest. I think Mooncat has revolutionized like how I think about video games. Like if you have not played, like Mooncat for me is on the same level as the Beginner's Guide.
I have not played Mooncat.
You gotta go play Mooncat, Dempsey.
It will really mess with your brain.
Dempsey, I don't know how to tell you that you like Mooncat is going to be a spiritual experience for you. I am telling you in confidence that UFO 50 is going to be one of the more amazing games, or like Mooncat specifically is going to be amazing. But like UFO 50 is just so stacked with amazing games. It is wild to me, like how they jammed 50 games into like one game, and there's like so few misses and so many bangers. And like some of them I still haven't even played. I forgot Party House. I forgot they put a deck builder into UFO 50.
I do love Party House.
Like Camouflage was another great game.
That's a good one. My favorite is still game number 2, the bug shooter game.
Bug Hunter.
Love that game. Mm-hmm.
And like that's the thing. Like, there's so many games that I didn't even like get into. But like, Katie, did you play Avianos? It was like the 4X game.
Is that the one
with, like, the
that's
dinosaur
like
gods?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's great. Like, and it took me a while to get into, but like I thought that game was fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't understand it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, number 1, Barbuda is like an insane game to put as like the first game on this whole list, and it's amazing. Mooncat, like, literally might be like one of my favorite games of all time. Rail Heist is a fantastic game. Katie, you should go play Rail Heist. Like, Rock on Island is like a tower defense game. Max and Mini, or Mini and Max, might be like one of my favorite like platformers in a long time. I never even beat it. Like, Mortal is a crazy game. Like, there's so many crazy games on here.
There's even a point and click mystery.
There's a point and click mystery that's like really good, apparently. I didn't finish it. I didn't play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the crazy thing. There's 50 games. There are too many games.
My brother and I played every single game. Like, we tried every single game while I was visiting him this summer.
What do you think of Onion Delivery?
Oh. It's so hard. I didn't like it.
No, I have no idea how to play Onion Delivery. So I never even finished UFO 50. I didn't even play all 50 games. And I think it's because, like, it was the start of the school year. And the idea of like getting back after work and having to like learn a new game was too stressful.
Too much.
But like, of the games I play, and like, it's crazy because multiple of these games could have gotten their own spot on my top 5. Like, Barbuda was probably one of my favorite games of the year. Like, if they made Magic Garden a mobile game, it probably would have been one of my favorite games of the year. Like, Camouflage is like not long, but it's a fun game. Bushido Ball is like a ton of fun for like how short it is. Mooncat literally changed how I think about platformers. Avianos is a ton of fun. Party House is like way too difficult for me, but also so much fun. Rail Heist was like a bunch of fun just to like sit down and play for a couple days. Like so many of these games are so good. Yeah, UFO, and like, unfortunately, UFO 50 got stacked next to like Balatro for like indie game of the year, but I think it would have had a serious chance otherwise. Like, it was no way it was.
Did it get nominated?
Huh? Yeah.
Did it get nominated?
Yeah, it was nominated for indie of the year.
Nice.
I was like,
it's good.
They should have just nominated Mooncat, but.
Yep.
I think my favorite part about UFO 50 is when you go look at the controls. And the controls for Mooncat just says every button is move, which is probably the least useful set of instructions I've ever seen. And also is completely true. Every button just moves you, and it's not helpful in the slightest. You should go play Mooncat. Anyway, this might be our longest episode ever.
I think,
at least in terms of recording.
That's okay. Thank you, everyone, for indulging us and joining us as we talked about our favorite games and our least favorite games. I think we've all gone through, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good year for gaming.
Okay. We did it.
Great
Yeah, it
year
was a
for
good year
games.
for gaming. Good year for games. Do you guys, just as a final shout out, do you have any, like, what's the next game you're going to play this year? What's the first game on the slate for 2025?
I don't know what the first game is, but I do want to talk about my most anticipated game. And that is by far and away a game I've been looking forward for 2 years, and it's supposed to come out this year, but it's a game called Skate Story. And I'm going to put it in the group chat. I need you to watch the preview. It is the most beautiful thing my eyes have ever seen in my life. You are a demon made of glass and pain, and the camera, it's a skateboard game, and the camera is like handy-cam skate videos where it's a fisheye lens and like a low angle, like old school 90s skateboarding videos.
Cool.
But like in like a surreal demonic context. It's, oh my God. Anyways, so that's the game I'm looking forward to. Is there a game you guys are looking forward to most this year?
I was just looking at my Steam like wish list to see what's coming up this year. Hopefully, Elden Ring Night Rain should be out this year sometime. Hopefully, they said 2025. Also, Slay the Spire 2 slated for this year, which I'm excited about.
That's crazy.
hopefully there's a game that I've been following for I think literally a decade, on and off, that I think should be coming out. The guy who made The Binding of Isaac is making a game called Mugenics.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, Mugenics.
No, not it's close though.
It's close intentionally. It's a game about, it's like a roguelite, but you breed cats. It's like sort of like the Cult of the Lamb, like Civ thing, but it's also like a. I think it's sort of Cult of the Lamb-esque now that I think about it.
Okay. Oh, I probably like that.
And it's based on like breeding cats generation over generation to like pass down like skills and abilities, and stats and stuff. It's been in the works for a really long time. It was in like a concept stage for a while. The developer was working on it. He worked on The Binding of Isaac for a really long time. He like scrapped a lot of the original ideas, went back to the game. He's been doing like developer blog updates. The game looks fun. And he's been hyping it for a long time, and it looks like I'm going to really enjoy it. Cool. So I'm looking forward to that this year.
Awesome. I'm looking this up to see if it's slated to come out this year. It is. Remember Wander Song, I think is what it's called?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Is that what it's called?
It's not called Wander Song. That's a different game.
It's not? Oh, it is something else. What's that one? Which one am I thinking of? What game am I? You know what one I'm thinking of? What's it called?
David Ridley's new game.
Yeah. By the same guy who did the Stanley Parable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. David Ridley?
Fun fact, you know his brother's a streamer?
No.
It's like a
I can't find it. Anyway, that game looks really good.
I kind of didn't think he existed. I thought he was just like a force in the univerce. It's like discovering
the guy who made the
Stanley
Parable.
Stanley Parable new game.
Yeah.
No, he's just a dude. And I get
Wander Stop.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun one.
Yeah,
Dang.
Wander Stop is coming out. I don't know if it's meant to come out this year or not, but that looks really good.
It says,
I'm looking forward to that.
The Wikipedia
March
page?
11th, 2025. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's the next game I'm looking forward to coming out. I better get going on my my mission to play 3 games before I buy a new game because I want it. And also Hades 2.
That's kind of out.
It's early access. I will not play it until it's released.
Are we all in the same? None of us have bought Hades 2 yet, right?
No.
Because once you guys said you were waiting till it comes out of early access, I was like, all right, I guess I am too.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat's eating something he's not meant to. He's very naughty. Yeah, I'm waiting because I loved the first Hades, and I will not sully my first time experience by playing the unfinished product.
Yeah, and I haven't seen any gameplay either. So it'd be fun when Hades 2 like comes out and we all like play it at the same time too.
Yeah. My brother bought it and I was glad because I, want to support the developer, but I'm waiting.
Sure.
So, all right. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Overthinking Games, a podcast about what video games can teach us. Thanks for joining us as we gushed over our favorites and lamented our least favorites. If you would like to share your favorite games this year or your least favorites, you can send us an email. It's in the show notes, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Thanks for hanging.
Bye. Okay. How long was that?